Hey, just a little preface for this video. I got a gigantic haul, I think 5 days ago, and it was right on the heels of another gigantic haul. I spent a lot of money. I have a gigantic pile of stuff that I haven't processed yet. And when I made that purchase, the second one, I had this thought, like, wow, this would be hilariously bad timing if I were to have to move on short notice. And the very next day I got a text from the guy that I'm renting the apartment from saying he broke up with his girlfriend, or his girlfriend broke up with him, both, and he's moving back into the place and I gotta go. And this was part of the deal from the jump, so not a huge shock, but no notice. Was able to make a pretty quick pivot. Found a great apartment. I'm in the process of moving, so none of the stuff that you see in the video or that was in the last haul video is going to be listed for quite some time. Anyway, I'm moving, and that's going to be an exciting update for the channel because I live now a block from a thrift store. So enjoy the haul. We'll start with the suits. I only got 3 of them, or 2.5 rather. I only went to 1, 2, 3, 4 thrift stores all day. I don't know how people thrift fast. I thrift slow. Okay, first item. I got it for $13. You don't need me to show you the price tags. I'll just say it. Yves Saint Laurent. Made in France. This is vintage. It is a 2-piece double-breasted suit. Double-breasted suits are the ones with the big peak lapels here and buttons on both panels, and some pleated slacks to go with them. These are worth around $150. I'm probably just going to list this for $99 to get it out the door, which, as I have said ad nauseum, is my dress clothing strategy, my suit strategy. Just way underprice it. Move it quick. Forgot the word fast just there. Maybe I am more tired than I think I am. This was one of the finds of the day. Got it for $12. Never found this before. Notice where it says Savile Row. Savile Row is in London. It's where all of the hoitiest and toitiest bespoke suit makers live. A lot of history there. I don't know a whole lot of the history. I just know that genuine Savile Row stuff, not Savile Row the brand, but Savile Row suit makers or companies or whatever the noun is, tend to be worth a lot. This is the real deal, and there are active comps on eBay right now for 2-piece suits for upwards, all of them, of $400. There's nothing cheaper than $400. This is just a jacket. I took this and introduced it to every single pair of gray and black slacks in the entire Goodwill to try to find its mate. To no avail. That is an exercise worth doing. If you find a jacket that is like this, that you know would be worth bank if you had the second piece, just take it and have it in one hand and just visually scan and compare, because there's not going to be any exact matches to the texture and color of the fabric unless it's the proper mate most of the time. Few frustrating close calls. I'm probably going to do the same thing, list this for $99, maybe $150, and just hope that that is appealing to somebody. Here is the last suit. It is a full 2-piece suit. It's vintage. It's another double-breasted suit, and it's from Giorgio Armani. I picked it up because it's really thick wool, and it's this weird vintage pattern. Here are the trousers, and got it for, don't know, it doesn't have a price tag on it. Well, the standard price for suits at this Goodwill is $20, so I spent $20 on this. This one I might list for $125. We shall see. That was Salvation Army, not Goodwill. Okay, Here's one of these bags. This was the first thrift store that I stopped at. I got recognized again. Ben, my friend, if you're watching, hello. Thank you for introducing yourself. We're 2 for 2, people knowing who I am. Columbia XXL, I don't say that's a brag. I say that because it's a weird adjustment to make. PFG, this was $5. Columbia PFG is doing really well right now. Here is a second PFG shirt, vented on the back. $5 again, unfortunately not the same size, so I will list these separately. This is not that great of a brand, Tory Richard. It's not a bad brand, but it's not a great brand, $5. It's the pattern that sold me on it. Really unusual pattern. Going to use the keywords geometric and abstract, and this thrift store made the brilliant, genius strategic move of stapling the price tags on there. Hopefully that doesn't do irreparable damage. Orvis, beware Orvis. Very treacherous, $4. But this is a plaid flannel with suede elbow patches. Don't know if that's real suede, doesn't matter. The elbow patch look, plaid flannel look, that's gonna push it over the top for sure. Contemporary Orvis stuff, just basic stuff, boring stuff. Usually is a pass. This one was real cheap. It's new with tags, $4. Bailey's authentic lager wear. It's some kind of work shirt, heavy fabric. There's a little bit of track record on eBay for this. I don't remember what the numbers were, but this was kind of a roll of the dice. It's a pair of men's Lucky brand jeans, men's Lucky brand jeans, currently 100% sell through. This was $8. Most of the stuff in this haul, I'm just gonna double my money. I'm just gonna make between $7 and $10, and I'm gonna hopefully make it quickly. And I have the money, thankfully, to be able to do that, where I can still have room to breathe with these high prices. I can take the hit up front to do that. Yes, I did say that these were overrated, and it's true. I also said in that video that you have to look it up by location, and I did my homework. I followed my own advice. Harley Davidson, Bakersfield, 100% sell through. This was $3. The old heads, the old Thrift of Life vets will remember me talking about this brand. $4. That's right, you heard me right. It's Big Dogs. Big Dogs used to be great. Big Dogs used to be, believe it or not, 100% sell through across the whole brand for like a year or so, and then it fell off. So there was this golden period where nobody else in the world other than my, I think, 200 or 300 subscribers at the time knew that Big Dogs was a great brand to flip. Big Dogs, big sizes are still good. This is a 5X. The big Hawaiian shirts are great, and I didn't find any comps for this exact one, but I am fully confident that this will sell. Also, Big Dogs is sick, and I get a kick out of selling it. $2 for that price. I will play ball with the Nike dry fit basic long sleeve, I think soccer t-shirt. The athletic brands, I think I talked about this in the last video. Nike, Reebok, Adidas, Under Armour. If you can get them for really cheap, I just have stopped looking them up because my confidence is really high with those brands. If you can get them for under $3 and it's in good condition, I think it's pretty safe. This was not familiar to me. It is Napajiri's Roots. Clearly a Japanese brand. I hope it's a Japanese brand. $5.95. And it's new with tags. This is some designer thing. No shirts on eBay, but there were comps for other items that impressed me. This was at 8 a.m. today, and it is now 9, he says, with the watch on his wrist. $3. Would not have pulled the trigger on this if it was any more than 3. Just a basic Levi's short sleeve pearl snap shirt. It's the pearl snaps that persuaded me. Same here, $4. They're these Levi's slacks slash chinos slash jeans. If these fit me, I might keep them to look like a fancy boy, and also maybe and or to use these as fishing pants. Almost never do this. Almost never buy stuff without branding. But look at this thing. This will benefit from making a photo collage or pic collage. I don't remember what the app is called. I might do a video on that. I just bought this like $3 app that generates really easy photo grids to use as your main photo. Totally worth it, and it lets you do up close detail that really makes this stuff flip quicker, I think. This is $4. It's Nike Pro. I do prefer Nike Pro Combat, but Nike Pro stuff also is a great seller. I looked it up at one point, not today, Nike Pro just in general, and at that time it was 100% sell-through, but this was many months ago. But just a basic pullover. North Face convertible pants. I just talked about these in the last haul video. These bottom shin sections zip off. These convert into shorts and vice versa. They're hiking pants, they're fishing pants, and above all, they are convertible pants. I got these for $8. Save money there. Very, very in season at the moment. And I'm not saying how much they're gonna sell for, because I would be pulling numbers out of my ass because I did the research. What feels like yesterday. Okay, this was a pleasant surprise. Anchor Blue. This is a vintage pair of baggy jeans from the 90s. And I knew before even running the numbers what the numbers were gonna tell me, that it was well over 100%. Got them for $6. This aesthetic is really, really popular right now. Baggy 90s jeans and high-waisted baggy vintage jeans. If you look around, you notice the high waists and the big fat legs everywhere. Mostly with women, but I'm noticing it more with guys in their 20s, like teenage guys and guys in their 20s. Hopefully that didn't sound creepy. Got this for $4. I said I wasn't going to do that. These are some basic Levi's chinos with the jogger ankle. This is the jogger ankle. These elastic ankles. That was very graceful. Pair of Nike golf shorts. Got them for $4. If there were any green, red, or yellow tags in there that you noticed, those were half off. I forgot about that. Nike golf shorts, really popular right now. You're gonna see a whole hell of a lot more shorts coming up in this video. $3. This was right on the edge of being persuasive to me. This is an Under Armour t-shirt that has some weird graphic action on it. And it's got those staples again. I had a couple second thoughts. We'll see. This is great. This is new old stock or dead stock vintage Levi's action slacks, which you see, or I see all the time. And I never pick them up, but I've never found them new with tags, and way over 100% sell through on these, and they do pretty good money. And I got them for $6. Got these for $5. These are cargo pants. They're almost scrub pants, and they are Carhartt. Haven't found Carhartt in a long time. Didn't look this up. I used to see this all the time on people when I lived in LA. It's some streetwear brand. I don't know the story. I don't know the sell-through. I don't know how much it's worth. I just know that the people that wear the baggy, high-waisted vintage jeans are gonna want to pay me at least $25 for this. And this one I got for $6, just based on the aesthetic. It's got a crazy little devil guy on it, and some scary skulls. Woo! And badass rockabilly girl on it. So someone's gonna want this. It's for some bar, I think. That was that thrift store. It's now Salvation Army. Here's a vintage men's cardigan, knitwear, California. The numbers looked promising. Usually don't pick up white or cream stuff. We'll see if I regret this. Didn't find anything wrong with it after very careful screening. And this should be worth around 40. I thought this was genuinely really quite beautiful. I usually don't think that. But the brand is Marshall Madruga, which I knew at one point was a great brand, forgot it was a great brand, and then just relearned about it today. This one is for sure going in the manifesto. This is like 10x sell-through on Marshall Madruga, and this should be worth around 50 if memory serves. I think those are redfish because they have the black spot on the tail there. I think that's a redfish or some kind of drum, and that's a mackerel or a sea trout. That should be, yeah, that's a sea trout. You don't care. Okay. Is Matt eating his words? Vineyard Vines, another one that I said was an overrated brand. And so it is, but new with tags. New with tags, and got this for standard publisher price, which was $4.99. So, yeah, why not? Be on the lookout for this brand. They make scrubs. I've also found a puffer vest from them. Fig scrubs are something like 5 to 10x sell-through. Very expensive, very, very popular. You could feel they're almost like Lululemon, really stretchy, really soft, kind of mid-heavyweight fabric. And those should flip within a week. Those should have cost $8. This is an interesting one. Trojan Jamaica or Trojan Kingston. Really expensive stuff. Surprisingly pricey. And this is a vintage polo, I think. Well, I don't know if it's vintage, but it's certainly visually interesting. There's the logo right there. Pretty rare pieces. There's obviously none that look like this. Why would it be obvious to you? There are none that look like this. So I'm thinking this might be worth over 30. Here's some Muay Thai shorts. If anybody knows what that says, does that say suck? I don't know. Do you know what that means? These Muay Thai shorts have actually sold quite well for me in the past. I found them a couple times. Here's the brand. Should be worth 25 or so. Probably paid 5 or 6 for these. I don't know. Almost didn't buy these. I'm glad I did. This. So WWE, formerly the WWF, became the WWE in the mid-2000s or early 2000s. Still very popular, despite it being very bad now. And it's printed on a non-WWE shirt. WWE, I thought, did all of their own in-house pieces because all their t-shirts are WWE branded in the collar. But they have done collaborations with Ogio for backpacks before. And these embroidered polo shirts are really rare, and none of them on eBay had the WWE logo in the collar either. So I think this is legit. I don't think that this is a knockoff, and this should be pretty valuable. This should be worth well over 30, probably more like 40 if I wanted to be hopeful, which I do. Haven't found this in a long time. True Grit, just a really solid bread and butter brand. I think the sell-through was like 70% when I made the manifesto, and this is a chambray Hawaiian type luau girl short sleeve shirt. Brand is right, material is right, season's right, and it should sell pretty quick. The big, this is called a trifoil or trefoil. I don't know how it's pronounced. It's spelled with an E. That's the retro logo. I got this for $2. Didn't see anything wrong with it. Should flip for 15 in short order. Vintage sex wax shirt. So funny. It says sex on it. $2. These are in pretty high demand. This is probably worth around 25. Brewery shirts are a great thing to look up. This is a pretty popular brewery. This is an anniversary graphic t-shirt with this cool graphic on it. Not cool to me, but cool to somebody. And should be worth at least 20. Ballast Point is my favorite brewery to resell. Anytime I find Ballast Point anything, I put it up, it sells. First time ever finding this brand. One of the best jean brands, at least for men, Gustin. Very, very expensive jeans, even though it has these big, stupid discolorations from keys and wallet and phone. This should still flip for no less than 40, and definitely over 100% sell through on these. These cost me 10. Okay, we'll do the books because they're on top of this bag. I got a book of Chekhov short stories, which shamefully I have never read. He is meant to be the greatest short story writer of all time. So figured that was worth a buck. Got a first edition of Douglas Adams' So Long and Thanks for All the Fish. I have never read Hitchhiker's Guide. It just doesn't seem like my flavor. So I'm probably going to sell this, especially because it's the 4th book in the series. So by the time I get around to it, I'll just thrift another one. This is a rare book by Oppenheimer, who was a scientist who was attached to the Manhattan Project, right? I should know more about that. And this is pretty rare, and I don't remember how much it is worth, but potentially a lot. And last book, this really cool vintage paperback full of drawings, like botanical drawings of trees in Michigan. This is in pretty high demand. There are no active listings for the paperback. Just realized it has water damage, which is great. This should flip for around 15. All right, continuing with Salvation Army, right? No. All right, we're on to thrift store number 3. FootJoy, great, great, great brand. The polo shirts are in high demand at the moment. This thrift store dismayingly raised their prices to almost Goodwill levels. Nobody can unseat the GOAT, Goodwill. I will show you what I'm talking about at the end of the video. But $7, paid full price for this polo shirt just because the demand is so high. Again, I'm just gonna double my money on this. It has some embroidery on the sleeve. Someone asked me in the comment section of my last video if this is a deal breaker for me. It is not. If the brand is right, as long as you price it reasonably, it shouldn't be that big of a deal. In fact, it's good to get in the habit of trying to look up the golf courses, because it's usually golf courses. Stay away from corporate logos. That does diminish the value. I've sold really excellent brands, like great pieces with corporate branding on them. Like I found a Patagonia down puffer jacket with some big stupid company patch on the chest, and I flipped it for $30. I think within an hour. That's early on in the life of this channel. That's documented somewhere. But the golf courses, some of them actually confer more value. The more famous golf courses, or people just have a sentimental attachment to a particular golf course. So if you can figure it out, figure it out. Sometimes it'll give you clues. But yeah, don't let it scare you off of getting the good stuff. Here's exactly the same shirt in a different color, and it's embroidered with the same logo here. Not a golf course, I don't think. FRC, yeah, that actually might be a company thing. I just realized. Doesn't matter. Another Mack Weldon. This was 25% off of $5. Another Columbia PFG, which stands for Performance Fishing Gear. Apparently it said Pro Fishing Gear, and I was chastised for that. Look for that logo. Anything with that logo is pretty solid money right now. Weird pattern. It's a small, which is not the best size. It'll still sell. It will just take slightly longer to sell. Here's these. Notice the zipper. Notice the strappy straps on the waist. Notice the general texture and aesthetic. Anything that looks and feels like this, take note, because it may very well be worth something. These are Zoic shorts, which if I was ever familiar with them, I have since forgotten them. And these are very valuable. They are the Ether shorts. These are like 10x sell-through, Cardone style. My man, my hero, my idol, to whom I want to give lots of money, Grant Cardone. $8 should be worth $40, $50. Grant Cardone is a demon, by the way, just in case anybody took me literally. Travis Mathew, 34. Travis Mathew shorts are all over 100% sell-through. If you just search Travis Mathew shorts, pretty general keywords there. $8, will just double my money. Another pair of Travis Mathew shorts. I may lot these up. I may just decide to list them individually, sell them more quickly. Untuck It. Henley t-shirt. Untuck It has fallen from grace just a little bit. It's gonna pick back up, hopefully. Post-vaccine, people are going back into the office a little bit and they need that kind of a look. But those t-shirts should still sell quite well. This one was this was $2.50. Basic Reebok performance tee. Got a little bit of visual flair there. Here's a clone of that Untuck It shirt. These will go in a lot together. Forgot there was a third one. Same deal, different color. Oh man, another badass thing. Biker stuff typically is pretty solid. Biker's edge. Bikers have money. If you can afford a Harley, you can afford to spend 30, 40 bucks on a used denim thing off of eBay. This is from some kind of motorcycle thing. Profound insight there. Yeah, I got it for $6. Should sell for at least 25. Here is another wrestling thing. You may have seen this floating around in the world. This is the logo for the Bullet Club, which is the most famous stable, I guess is the right word, out of Japan, part of New Japan Pro Wrestling. I do like wrestling, if you couldn't tell. And this cost $4. I don't know what the sell-through is on Bullet Club. I didn't bother to look, but pretty popular and shouldn't have any trouble selling. Okay, we're down to Goodwill. This is the most expensive thrift store in my city that I found. Outrageously priced. The average price for a pair of shorts is $8. Average price for a shirt is $9. They don't miss. They very rarely miss value. Or I should say they catch all of the obvious value. But someone who is a mind genius, such as myself, can walk in and clean up the mistakes that they do make, and they made a few of them. So here is a 511 Tactical shirt. It is a snap button shirt, almost a Western shirt, in size US large. I wonder if this is a women's. This might be a women's, because that is not a men's large, certainly not in 511 Tactical sizes. That's probably a women's. Got it for $9. 511 Tactical is in pretty high demand. This was great. I said in the last video I don't pick up Brooks Brothers, and so I don't, except for stuff like this that cannot not be purchased. This is a color blocked vintage seersucker gingham plaid button-up shirt. Button-down shirt. Almost hole-in-one there. Yeah, that's gonna sell for sure. And I spent what, $8. Spent $8 on that. Travis Mathew, new with tags. Most of the new with tag stuff at this Goodwill, they price at $20. That's the starting point. But for some reason, they priced this one at $10. And this should sell for around $30 or $40. This might have been the find of the day. I was not adequately impressed by this at first. It is a Burberry London women's small button-up shirt that has a few small flaws. Cost me $10. I thought it cost me more. I thought it cost me $13, but it cost me $10. And these plaid shirts, Burberry is known for this pattern. Specifically this plaid. This is the tartan plaid, I think. Right? Or is that the red and green plaid? This is the chav plaid. The pattern that made them infamous. And these shirts in women's are in very high demand, and they all sell for around like $80 to $150.
I was amazed. I didn't think that it would be worth that because Burberry Brit shirts in men's are not worth that. Maybe they would be if they were this pattern of plaid, but every Burberry Brit, or sorry, Burberry London rather, women's plaid button-up shirt is selling for great money. We'll see if it pans out. All right, I sold one of these polo shirts in recent memory, and it sold very quickly. This was mercifully only $6. This brand is mostly known for boots, shoes and boots. They're kind of a rodeo-oriented brand, but the clothing sells quite well. I mean, it just kept coming and coming and coming and coming. And it's hard not to just buy all the stuff because I know that this is going to sell, that 95, I'll say, % of this is going to sell at some point within the next 6 months, probably 80-90% of it within 3 months. So it may seem insane to spend this amount of money, and I think that I did good work. This is $9. I mean, it really, at some point, it's just like going out and collecting money. Like a little German girl collecting mushrooms in the forest, putting them in a little wicker basket. That's what it feels like. I feel like a little German girl. New brand to me. Fishworks shouldn't be worth anything because it's called Fishworks. This should be worth around 25. Really high demand for Fishworks swim. Those are the keywords that I think I used. Got these for $6. Swimwear, swim trunks. Develop a feel and develop an eye, because even stuff that you wouldn't think would be worth money from really run-of-the-mill brands like O'Neill or Hurley or Volcom or Ruka, RVCA, they have specific lines of shorts. A lot of them are hybrid shorts, which are Bermuda walking shorts that double as board shorts, that are in especially high demand and are worth more used than you would anticipate, are worth like 25, 30 bucks. So we're getting into swimwear season, so it's good to stock up on this stuff now while you can. Another Orvis. I got 2 Orvises, and this is contemporary. This is not vintage, but it's a denim long sleeve button down. Hey. And it's denim for sure, because the colors, the shades, the hues of the inside and the outside are different. And got it for $9. This is a 2XL. Only 1 or 2 actives and like 20 solds or something. So very high demand on Orvis 2XL denim shirts. This was very gratifying. This is a brand I have found again and again. I look it up every time I find it because it looks like something that should be worth a lot and be in high demand, but it never is, or it never was until I found this. The swimwear from this brand is selling quite well, and this bleach-dyed type pattern is hashtag aesthetic, so it should do quite well quite quickly. It was $8. $8 is a lot to spend for a pair of swim trunks, but I'm a mind genius. Remember, never forget, this is a very, very good brand that is going to go in the manifesto. I thought it was an MMA thing, but it's HC, Hawaiian Creations, which is a surf company made in Hawaii. I found a pair of board shorts that unfortunately had a big tear in them. These are cargo shorts. Cargo shorts are in quite high demand. These were $8. They do have a stain on them, but Hawaiian Creations across the whole brand, as far as I can tell, really high demand and great prices. Something you would never know was worth anything unless you looked under the hood and actually ran the search. One more bag. Here is actually a pair of pants for me. These are kind of maybe ski pants, actually. This is from the brand Slam. I just got them because my waders have a couple small leaks in them, and I figured I can wear these under the waders while I fish to be a little more comfortable. If they don't fit me, then I'll just try to sell them. No fitting rooms open, unfortunately. Travis Mathew, well, reasonably, there is a deadly pandemic afoot. Travis Mathew large sweater. This was $9. Perfect example. Here is some branding from a golf course. Does not bother me in the slightest. Travis Mathew sweaters, outerwear, has always sold exceptionally well for me. I've wound up accumulating a lot of Travis Matthews stuff. I've had a good track record with the brand in the past. I think the numbers are not at 100% across the whole brand. So my fingers are crossed. The polo shirts are the only thing that give me pause. I have bought quite a few of them, and I know that they will sell, but I anticipate that they will probably take a little bit longer to sell than I'm used to, just because the supply has kind of outpaced the demand. This I am not worried about. Another Nike Pro Combat. They had a pair of Nike Pro Combat underwear, used underwear, priced at $8. I passed on those. This one was $6. $6, a lot to pay for a t-shirt. Nike Pro Combat, way over 100% sell-through. One of my absolute favorite things to find. Another Peter Millar Summer Comfort. Summer Comfort, the only thing that I will buy from Peter Millar, unless I can get a, I think I got a plaid, was that Peter Millar? Yeah, like a blue plaid sport coat that sold for 40-50 bucks. That was good. But just the standard Peter Millar shirts, polo shirts, button-down shirts, I avoid. This was $8, will double my money for sure. I saw this tag and I had this little tickle in the back of my head that originated from writing the manifesto. This is a brand I had never found before. I think this is way high up in the ranks. This is like diamond tier or double diamond something. This is like really, really high demand. This is a cycling company that makes mostly cycling jerseys, and this might actually be a cycling specific piece, but this is more just a basic polo, and got this for $6. This is potentially worth quite a bit. This might be worth an unreasonable amount of money, like $40, and we'll see. Rafa, I think, is at least 10x sell-through. Another 511 tactical shirt. This is a 4XL tall, got it for $8. Slam dunk there. Here's a men's rag and bone linen blend tailored workwear shirt. I got for $8. Rag and bone I rarely find for men. This may in fact be the first rag and bone men's piece that I've ever found. But these are in pretty decent demand and sell for really solid prices. Rag and bone does mostly women's. I have sold some stuff from them that has done wonders for me. I found a pair of lambskin jeans that sold for $200. Another brand I just looked up and it was a score. It's a designer brand, $8. This should just be my catchphrase, but I don't know how much exactly this is going to sell for, but it should sell for decent money. I'm gonna get that tattooed on my forehead and I will print t-shirts. Prana. I passed on probably half a dozen Prana pieces today, but I got the shorts because of the sell-through rate, which is very promising, $8. Again, will just double or nearly double my money. Another FootJoy. It is a size large. Got it for $8. Another one with a golf course logo on it. Final piece. And appropriately, it was the last one that I scooped up. Another Prana. Women's size 8. Pants. Women's size 8 Prana pants. 100% sell-through right now. And I got it for $8. I have a death pile now, a true death pile, or the money pile as I'm supposed to call it. It is a death pile, and I have died. Thanks for watching. Wish me luck. Hopefully there is a big fat what sold video coming.